Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Darren Waller, the Miami Dolphins' newly acquired tight end, is already making headlines, without even stepping onto the practice field alongside quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. In a recent appearance on The Set with T. Armstead, former Dolphins lineman Terron Armstead shared a revealing sideline conversation he had with Waller during a Dolphins practice. While Waller is still easing back into game shape and hasn't caught a single pass from Tua yet, his early impressions of Miami's franchise quarterback were nothing short of glowing. Waller, who has played with several quarterbacks over his career, including the likes of Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson, and Daniel Jones, didn't hesitate to place Tua in a league of his own. He said Tua's different, Armstead recalled. This is something different that Tua's doing. It's a significant compliment coming from a player who's lined up in multiple offenses and worked with several passers who brought different strengths to the table over nearly a decade. In the league, Waller's admiration wasn't just surface level or based on hype. It was grounded in his experienced eye for quarterback talent. According to Armstead, the tight end was particularly impressed with Tua's anticipation, ball placement, and command of the defense during practice. Seeing Tua throw with anticipation, seeing the way he's reading the defense, and the accuracy. It's just different, Waller reportedly said. These aren't empty words. For a tight end, timing and accuracy from a quarterback are everything. A split second too late or a ball slightly off target can be the difference between a big play and an interception. Waller's comments suggest that Tagovailoa is doing more than just throwing accurately. He's throwing intelligently, with precision, and with an advanced understanding of defensive schemes. That's music to the ears of Dolphins fans who are hoping this season can be the one where Tua truly breaks out and silences all remaining doubts. The tight end's praise becomes even more significant when you consider his quarterback history. Waller's career began with the Baltimore Ravens, where he saw limited action. But it was with the Raiders, first in Oakland, then in Las Vegas, where he truly blossomed. During his time with Derek Carr, Waller recorded 2 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons and became one of the league's most dynamic receiving threats at the position. Carr, a 3-time Pro Bowler, has long been respected for his precision and leadership. Waller has never been shy about his appreciation for Carr's abilities, often citing him as the best passer he's worked with. That context makes his comments about Tua even more compelling. Waller's observation that Tua operates on a different level than Carr isn't just flattery. It's a bold endorsement that could indicate just how high Miami's offensive ceiling might be in 2025 if everything clicks the way it's supposed to. Of course, Waller still has to get healthy and find his own rhythm in the Dolphins system before the partnership can take flight. He hasn't practiced fully yet as the team is being cautious with his return, but he's observing, analyzing, and preparing to make an impact. He's not the type of player to toss around compliments lightly, especially when he's still on the sidelines and hasn't even caught a live pass from Tua. That's what makes his comments even more intriguing. It shows that even from a distance, the chemistry is already brewing. Man, I cannot wait to see what this is going to be like, Waller said to Armstead. The anticipation in his voice, according to those present, was unmistakable. He is not just excited to play, he's excited to work with this specific quarterback. That kind of early belief can be contagious and energizing for a locker room hoping to build something special. Tua Tagovailoa's NFL journey so far has been anything but smooth. Since being drafted 5th overall in 2020, he's faced skepticism, coaching changes, and most critically, injuries that derailed promising stretches of play. Yet, when he's healthy, Tua has flashed elite-level performance that few quarterbacks in the league can match. Just 2 seasons ago, he led the NFL in passing yards with 4,224 yards in a full 17-game season, earning a trip to the Pro Bowl. His accuracy and decision-making have drawn praise from analysts and coaches alike. Even last season, despite battling through physical setbacks and inconsistent offensive line play, Tua finished the year leading the league with a 72.6% completion percentage. That kind of efficiency isn't an accident. It's a sign of mastery. in reading defenses, making quick decisions, and executing in a timing-based offense that demands precision. Miami Herald reporter Omar Kelly added more context to this narrative by highlighting Tua's increased consistency during training camp. "I've always been a fan of Tua Tagovailoa's practices, but he's turned up the volume on his consistency," Kelly wrote. "He's steady every single day." That kind of consistency is exactly what players like Darren Waller need from their quarterback. Tight ends operate in the short to intermediate passing game, relying on tight windows and precise throws to move the chains. If Tua is truly as locked in and deliberate as both Waller and Kelly suggest, this could be the perfect pairing. The Dolphins' offense already features speed demons like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but a reliable, explosive tight end like Waller could be the missing link, especially in the red zone and on critical third downs where coverage tightens and decision-making becomes paramount. There's also something to be said about the mental aspect of this connection. Waller, who has been open about his personal journey overcoming addiction and adversity, seems to recognize a similar kind of perseverance in Tua. Both players have had to fight through doubts, some external, some internal, and that kind of shared mentality can foster trust. Waller's comments weren't just technical observations. They seem to hint at a deeper appreciation for the way Tua operates as a leader and a student of the game. The Dolphins have built a roster filled with personality, talent, and urgency, adding a veteran like Waller who respects the work ethic and intelligence of his quarterback before even taking a snap with him sends a message about the culture Mike McDaniel is cultivating in Miami. It's a locker room driven by accountability, preparation, and mutual respect. This 2025 season is shaping up to be a defining chapter for the Dolphins and for Tua. Last year's failure to make the playoffs still stings, and there's a collective sense in Miami that time is running out for this group. To deliver, the front office has gone all in, bolstering the defense and adding weapons like Waller to maximize their window. But make no mistake, this team will go as far as Tua Tagovailoa can take them. If he stays healthy and maintains the rhythm he's shown in practice, there's every reason to believe Miami can not only return to the playoffs, but make a legitimate run. For Waller, joining the Dolphins at this moment isn't just a fresh start. It's an opportunity to be part of something potentially transformative. His praise for Tua isn't just a personal endorsement, it's a reflection of the growing confidence inside the building that this quarterback is ready to lead the way. And now the spotlight shifts to the field, where all the talk and speculation will soon be tested by real game action. Waller will eventually take the field and get his reps with Tua. The chemistry, the timing, the trust, it will all need to be built through sweat, reps, and in-game moments. But the foundation, it seems, is already in place. Waller believes in Tua. Coaches believe in Tua. Teammates, reporters, and even skeptics are starting to come around. There's a sense that the quarterback, once known more for injuries and uncertainty, is entering his prime and doing it with a chip on his shoulder. For Dolphins fans, there's a renewed sense of optimism, and for Darren Waller, there's an exciting new chapter. If this connection becomes what it promises to be, Miami might finally have found the perfect balance between explosive playmaking and surgical precision. And it all starts with the man under center. Ultimately, what makes Waller's comments so impactful is the honesty behind them. He didn't have to say anything about Tua. He could have kept it vague, used cliches, or deferred judgment until later. But instead, he spoke with admiration and detail, praising not just the obvious traits, but the subtleties of Tagovailoa's game that only a seasoned pro would notice. That matters because in the NFL, the smallest details often separate the good from the great. Tua has shown flashes of greatness before, but now the stars are aligning for him to put it all together, and Waller knows it. This isn't just a quarterback playing well in practice. It's a quarterback commanding the field, throwing with surgical precision, and showing he's ready to elevate everyone around him. And if Darren Waller, someone who knows what elite quarterback play looks like, believes in Tua, maybe it's time everyone else does too. Still with us, then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Rumors are swirling around the NFL like a Florida hurricane, and if the whispers are true, the Miami Dolphins might be on the verge of pulling off one of the most jaw-dropping defensive moves in recent league history. According to sources close to the situation, and a few carefully worded social media hints, both Joey BOSA and Nick BOSA are reportedly nearing a deal that would unite them in South Beach. That's right, the BOSA brothers, two of the most feared pass rushers in the league, could be wearing teal and orange this season. It's the kind of news that makes quarterbacks wake up in cold sweats. While nothing is official yet, the idea of Joey and Nick teaming up under the Miami Sun has set off a frenzy among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. Is this real? Could it happen? Let's dig into the possibility. Joey BOSA, the Los Angeles Chargers' longtime defensive terror, has been one of the most dominant edge rushers in the NFL since entering the league in 2016. Injuries have slowed him in recent years, but his skill, power, and football IQ remain elite. Meanwhile, his younger brother Nick BOSA, fresh off a Defensive Player of the Year campaign with the San Francisco 49ers just 2 seasons ago, has continued to terrorize offenses with his unmatched explosiveness and technique. Both have carved out stellar careers separately, but what if they joined forces? Imagine that pressure on the edge, collapsing pockets before quarterbacks can even plant their feet. And now, imagine that nightmare scenario for opposing offenses happening weekly at Hard Rock Stadium. The Dolphins have been aggressive in recent years, but this would take things to an entirely different level. And yet, it doesn't seem so impossible. Speculation ramped up after both BOSA brothers were spotted in Miami last weekend. Joey posted a cryptic message on his Instagram story, just a dolphin emoji with a fire symbol. And Nick was seen training at a private facility in South Florida, known for hosting elite NFL talent during the offseason. Coincidence? Maybe. But fans aren't buying it. Twitter exploded within minutes of the posts, and Dolphins faithful began crafting jersey mock-ups before any formal announcement. Miami's cap situation has been tight, but rumors of contract restructures and potential cuts have led many to believe the team is freeing up space for a major splash. And if you're going to make a splash, why not bring in two of the best defensive ends of this generation? It will be an NFL headline for the ages and a defensive coordinator's dream. There's also the intriguing angle of Miami's aggressive front office, which has never been shy about chasing stars. In recent years, they've made big moves, acquiring Jalen Ramsey, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb, all of which signaled their all-in mentality. But this would be nuclear. Pairing the BOSA brothers on the same front would not only strike fear into the hearts of AFC East quarterbacks like Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers, but it would redefine the Dolphins' identity. They've already got one of the league's fastest offenses. Imagine complementing that with a relentless, suffocating defense led by the BOSA brothers. It's the kind of yin-yang balance the Super Bowl teams are made of. And let's not forget, both BOSA brothers played at Ohio State, a program known for breeding winners and leaders. That culture shift could be just what Miami needs. Some insiders are cautioning that this might just be a negotiation tactic, especially for Joey, who's reportedly in contract talks with other teams. But even if that's the case, Miami's name keeps popping up for a reason. There's real smoke here, and in the NFL, where there's smoke, there's often fire. The idea of brothers teaming up isn't unprecedented. Think of the McCourty twins in New England. But the BOSA brothers bring an entirely different level of ferocity. Joey is the technician, the grinder with violent hands and textbook form. Nick is the freak athlete with burst and bend that offensive linemen can't match. Together, they could change the way defenses will operate in the modern NFL. Miami has a history of building great defenses. The no-name defense of the 70s, the Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor era. But this could be legendary. Of course, fitting both BOSA brothers under the salary cap would require serious financial gymnastics. Nick recently signed a massive extension with the 49ers, and Joey isn't exactly on a rookie deal either. But this is the era of creative cap management. Teams find ways. Void years, signing bonuses, backloaded contracts, it's all on the table. The Dolphins front office has proven it knows how to structure deals creatively. And with the rising TV money and increased cap projections, pulling this off may not be as far-fetched as it sounds. There's also speculation that Joey could be bought out or released, making him a free agent, and Nick might be traded for the right package. It's complex, no doubt, but the NFL has taught us never to say never, especially when a franchise smells a championship window. Let's also consider the locker room factor. The BOSA brothers are known for their intensity, preparation, and leadership. They demand excellence from themselves and those around them. Bringing both to a young, hungry Dolphins defense could elevate everyone's play. Christian Wilkins, Jalen Phillips, Jevon Holland, imagine the synergy, the mentorship, the fire. Head coach Mike McDaniel has built a strong culture in Miami, one that blends personality with performance. Adding the BOSAs would only enhance that. And from a marketing standpoint, it's a gold mine. Jersey sales, national TV games, international interest. The Dolphins would instantly become one of the league's most watched teams. The appeal of two-star brothers chasing quarterbacks side by side is simply irresistible. It's a storyline the NFL would love, and so would fans around the globe. Then there's the question of fit, and schematically, it works beautifully. Defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver could move to a hybrid front with versatility and disguise. Joey and Nick both have the ability to play standing up or with a hand in the dirt, making the defense less predictable and more dangerous. On 3rd and long, good luck. Offensive coordinators would be losing sleep figuring out how to slide protection. Blitz less? Sure. With the BOSA brothers, you might not need extra rushers. They create pressure organically, drop more into coverage, confuse quarterbacks, feast on mistakes. It's a ripple effect. The Dolphins already had a borderline top 10 defense, even with injuries last season. Imagine what it could become with a healthy, terrifying BOSA duo leading the charge. It's the kind of transformation that shifts playoff narratives and championship odds. Ultimately, this could be nothing more than smoke. We've seen bold rumors rise and fall before. Sometimes players visit cities for leisure, sometimes social. Media posts mean nothing, and sometimes front offices flirt with ideas that never come to fruition. But there's something about this particular rumor that feels different. Maybe it's the perfect storm. Two brothers, both in their primes, both dominant, both looking for something bigger. Maybe it's Miami's moment, or maybe it's just wishful thinking from a fan base desperate to take the next step. Whatever the case, this is the NFL, and crazier things have happened. The idea is out there now, and it's not going away. Whether it becomes a headline or stays a fantasy, the possibility of Joey and Nick BOSA joining forces in Miami has already ignited imaginations. As we await official confirmation or denial, one thing is certain: the NFL world is buzzing. The Dolphins are already on the cusp of greatness, and the addition of the BOSA brothers would be like strapping rockets to an already fast-moving train. Could this be the move that finally gets them back to the Super Bowl? Is this the type of bold swing that sets dynasties in motion? Only time will tell. But for now, the dream is alive, and it's a beautiful one. Miami, get ready. If the rumors are true, you're about to become the epicenter of the NFL. Two brothers, one city, one goal, domination. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.